Hi everybody, I'm Anna Kachikian and this is the Anna Report, where every Wednesday I sit with you guys and we discuss dating and relationships. And this week's topic is a question where I'm asking you guys, do you think you'll ever find love? Alright, here we go. I need a drink. So tell me, do you guys think you will ever find love? I want to know if we are dealing with optimist or love pessimist here. So I put a poll on my Insta stories, as I said earlier, to find out what you guys voted. Thank you, Instagram, you launched your polls today. So Mom, what did they vote? What are the poll results? So 53% of the people said that they will, yes, they believe they will find love, and what is it? 47% of you said no. This whole topic came to me in my mind because I was thinking, well, a lot of us strive to have these relationships that our grandparents had, and we're like, oh, love just doesn't exist anymore because it's not the same anymore, times have changed. And I was like, how have times changed? And what has changed, and what's to the better, and what's to, for worse? I got to thinking and I thought, well, one, I think back in the days, I always hear, grandparents say, hey, by the way, to clarify, when I say back in the days, I don't mean back in the days in like Soviet time, back in the days in like, I don't know, North Korea. I'm talking about back in the days in United States when people lived this really nice life. Like, they didn't need to lock their doors. So that's the sort of back in the days I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the people from the Middle East who dealt with wars and the Soviet collapse. Like, I'm not talking about those back in the days, because again, those grandparents had a lot to deal with. I think that we look up to our grandparents more than we look at our parents, because a lot of us, people like in their 30s, 20s, even 40s, I feel like when we look at our parents, we're like, do not want that marriage. Not into that. Very few people look at their parents and go, that's the kind of relationship I want. It's like, we usually look back at our grandparents. Do you guys agree, or am I just the only one here? And that's from looking at all of my friends and people that I know, and from all of my readings. Like, a lot of millennials don't want a relationship like their parents. They really don't. They're like, this is it. I think it's more of the grandparents, and I think the reason why it's such a dreamy thing to think of, like, oh, grandparents, I want that kind of love, is, and my best friend made this amazing point, why? That's exactly why. It's because the roles were very clear back in, Maria, I just mentioned you and you logged in. I was just saying why we strive for the love like our grandparents. And like Maria said, because roles were so clear, like women knew what their role was and the man knew what his role was, okay? And it's not to say the women were okay with it or whatever, but they knew. And nowadays the roles are so mixed up. We're going through this huge transition where men are like, what the fuck are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to pay for the date? Are we not supposed to pay for the date? Am I supposed to open the door for her? Is this too much? Like, what the fuck? Where do I stand in her life? Whereas before it was like, hi Bob, meet Jane. You guys are, whatever, not cousins. You grew up in the same town and you're gonna marry each other. That's it, okay? Jane is gonna stay home, she's gonna cook, she's gonna clean, and Bob is gonna work and provide. So roles were very clear, and a lot of things because of that were much easier, okay? And so they didn't know better, so ignorance is bliss, I guess. I believe that if you are seeking love, if you're looking for love, you will find love, okay? But if you're part of the, how many percent again? 40-something% on my poll who voted no, who's a pessimist on love, you're not gonna find it most likely. Like, love is just not gonna come to you. 46% said no, right? About if they ever think they're gonna find love. Bleh. I need a drink. So I believe that if you seek love, you will find love. And Maria has a really good argument. It might not be the right kind of love. It might hurt and all of that, but you know what? If you seek it, you'll find it. And we don't own people, right? We just share their time, and you just have to be happy for the times that you did share with this person. You know, like Harvey, for example, I remember every time there was a celebrity breakup, you know, we used to be so sad, like, oh, I can't believe, you know, this so-and-so broke up, like, we really were rooting for him and all this stuff. And Harvey was like, why are you guys sad? Like, they had a good run. Like, this shouldn't be a sad thing. And I kind of agree with that. So if you're seeking love, you will find love, and all things come to an end. And if it does end, you know, take the time, mourn, and then go back to remembering the good times you shared with that person and move on. I know it's easier said than done, but if I've perfected it, you can do it too. The concept of true love, right? Like, what is true love? We sort of have these like expectations, right? When you like first meet someone, you have like all these expectations. And we're talking about with our generation, the expectations of, well, I want someone who's educated. But I also want someone who has no student loans. How is that possible? You know? Well, I want to have sex with my girlfriend with no condom, so I want her to be on birth control. But when we're ready to have babies, I want her to fucking get pregnant like that. Not gonna happen, dude. Not gonna happen. It's unrealistic. Yeah, it's unrealistic. And I feel like that comes with our generation, with that our grandparents didn't deal with that, right? Like grandpa married a virgin probably. And then also, I just want to take a nice little jab at our government, because I also find it that a lot of things financially were far more easier for our grandparents than they are for us. I don't know, like buying a house, for example. Very easy for our grandparents. Not so easy for us. We're like, shit. Gotta work. Like, I gotta feed myself. And grandpa was like, I need to buy another property. I need to buy another house. Cause, you know, we're having our 5th baby. We've got our 2nd dog. Huge difference in expectations. Internet has made everything so much easier for us, right? Information is so quick. You can just get all this information so fast. But at the same time, we have so many distractions now, and you have to learn to efficiently and quickly weave through the pile of information to get to that one thing that says you do not have cancer. That little mole on your arm is not cancer, because you're just Googling, like, what is this little mole on my hand, right? So many distractions, so much information on the internet. It takes so much time. Or what about online dating? Oh, online dating. It's like, you'd go to a bar before and you'd meet like one guy or one girl, doesn't matter. Speak for myself, and then beginning of the night, and then you just talk to him and you just kind of be like, whatever, didn't feel it, he moved on, you moved on. Toward the end of the night, you meet someone else and you like actually hit it off, you exchange phone numbers. Nowadays with the online dating, you meet that guy like constantly, because you're like, oh, that's a match, swipe, and then you guys have like 10 women, and you're wondering, which one should I talk to? Which one? Because I'm into blondes, I'm into chicks who inject their lips, and I'm into chicks who do yoga. And now I've got 10 women who are blonde with big duck lips who do yoga. Which one do I talk to? Which one? Which one are you gonna talk to? But what were the chances of running into the blonde with big lips who does yoga at the bar? Like, maybe one. I find that all of that is a waste of time. It wastes time. A lot of people say, oh, I'm working on myself, I'm trying to become whole, I'm meditating, I'm fucking doing yoga, I'm doing this, I'm reflecting, all this stuff. And it's like, how long are you gonna fucking self-reflect for? Take the time, do your thing, and you need to progress, okay? So this whole I'm focusing on myself bullshit needs to stop, because I just don't understand why we're able to multitask by like driving and texting, listening to podcasts and eating at the same time, but somehow we are incapable of working, having a relationship, and dealing with our family. So that takes me back to my whole grandparents thing. Well, it's like, if they could do it, we could do it too. Mark Manson wrote the article of the 4 stages of life. So when I read the article, I realized, holy shit, that's what this is. People just don't want to graduate to the next phase in their life. They want to stay still and stagnant in like the 20s mentality because they're too afraid to grow up. David says, legal point, texting and driving is illegal. Yeah, well, we all do it, okay? You know what else is illegal? A lot of things are illegal, but we still do it, and we multitask and we're capable of doing it. But for some reason, when it comes to like love, we make these excuses of like, oh, I'm focusing on myself, I'm learning how to breathe, I'm this. It's like, bullshit. You are just afraid of graduating yourself to the next phase in your life because you're just having too much fun in your second stage in life. And you need to grow up and get to 3rd stage so you can get to 4th base and die, okay? Because it's gonna happen whether you want it or not. I really wanted to make that point. In my opinion, what I think we need to do is we need to be optimistic, we have to seek love, okay? But we have to take the stuff that our grandparents did and apply it to modern day of living, which is social media, which is online dating, it is the days of the internet, all of that, okay? All the stuff, all the progress that we've made as a society, apply it, but at the end of the day, focus on your core values. As much as you want to hide behind your screen and your, online dating app accounts, you are still a human being who has feelings, who has emotions, and so you have to hold on to your core values. Self-respect, like I always say, respect, 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 and that has to go for the people in front of you and for yourself. Integrity, accountability, honesty, loyalty, all those core values as human beings. I think if everyone is able to hold on to our core values, then we will find love. The good people will always find each other. Andrea says, yes, core values are key. Absolutely. I think like we're forgetting to be human, and we're forgetting to be accountable for our actions because we think we're behind the screen and we can do and say or do whatever the fuck we want, but really we shouldn't be that way, because like I said, we're humans with emotions and feelings. Like you can't hide that. You can't run from that as much as you try. Well, maybe if you're on Flocka. Did you guys hear about Flocka? I just heard about Flocka. This new drug in Florida. Whoo, makes you hallucinate like crazy, and it's super cheap. It's like $5. I know, it was on NBC News. Maria sent it to me. Insane. If you seek love, you hold on to your core values, and you're willing to work really hard on being in a relationship, you will find love. I know you will. All right, have a good night, you guys. Bye.